Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Connected Conversations. So I am very excited to welcome Ildiko Szabo, the intuitive coach and the founder of Soul Codes. And I am Martina Mazdrova. I am your host. And I am standing as the source of a transformed world. And that's why I'm bringing you the Connected Conversations to give you the piece of information that might be missing, the person who might be missing in your life, just the realization, maybe the piece of the little puzzle that gets to put it all together for you. So thank you for joining us. And Ildiko, thank you so much for joining us and spending your time with us. And I would love to start with your story. Soul Coach, intuitive coach, who are you? What do you do? How did it all started? Tell us all.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, Martina. It's been quite a long journey, and the journey is not over yet. So we are in transformation nonstop. So if you think you're gonna arrive, I was waiting for this to arrive, to have the job I want, to be in the relationship I want. But we're flowing. Life is flowing, and when you think you're waiting for the moment when you're gonna feel happy or empowered or you're gonna feel at home, it's flowing. It's never gonna happen. It's always new challenges in life, which I find fascinating, and we gotta jump on that train to go and to explore, to expand, which I think is beautiful. So I got to be so lucky that I traveled for a very early age on. So at the age of 15, I'm from Europe, Hungary. At the age of 15, I got so lucky that I had the opportunity to go to the USA to live with my aunt and uncle for a year, go to school there alone, and I got to experience new culture, learn new language, dropped in a school, and it was a big challenge. And this became my comfort zone because I knew how to do that. So I have lived in 8 different countries, got jobs, quit jobs, and I did a lot of traveling. And from the outside, this looked like, oh my gosh, she's so strong and brave and she's doing all these things. However, this was my comfort zone. And I've been always looking for answers, asking questions all my life. And I thought if I travel to the next place or I jump on the next adventure, I'm going to find them. And I actually found them when I started breathing in and out, did have silent days when I didn't put the TV on, no radio, no nothing. And I started listening to myself. And I was so surprised that actually whatever we need, the wisdom we need, what gets us to the next level, it's all within, and it's really within. So I did take a lot of courses. I'm a nonstop studying person. I really love that, and that takes me to the next level. And whatever I'm interested in, I just enroll. So I learned, I'm a health coach. I learned energy healing and so much more. So the soul codes are, I do believe that we picked our life with all the lessons in there. So I got this reading 8 years ago and it got clarity on my life. I had a lot of aha moments. So I said, I want to learn this. So I did. And this gives an insight what our soul contract is. What we came here to do, to learn, to explore. And all the beautiful souls in our lives, like the partner, mother, father, sister, it's all set up in a way that you actually learn what you came here to learn.
This is so beautiful. I mean, yes, and I'm gonna share that later because I did have a reading with you, and it was so powerful. Just like you're saying, I mean, I can share it now. I'll just share it now because we'll talk about it now. It's exactly as you're saying. Like we live, right? We create our life. We live in patterns, and unless you start doing personal development and go into transformation, we live the same stuff. We date the same person. We have the same situation happening, and then we might be asking like, oh my god, is this again? And we've got drama again, and I've lived this already, and all of that. And actually, after the reading I had with you, I mean, it was so extremely accurate. And most importantly, it was so empowering to know what are my lessons, because suddenly it all came together and I'm like, ah, okay, this is my lesson. This is what I came here to learn. This is what I came here to break through. And that's why I am having these such of experiences. And what it gave me, it was mostly it gave me compassion towards myself, because before I would go into self-beat up right away, like, oh, you're doing this again and it's here again, and going into this rat hole, which is not good for anybody. So knowing like, okay, here is my lesson, and then I get to choose, right? I get to choose, how do I respond? How do I react? Am I going to go on autopilot? Am I going to go as I always did? Or am I going to make a different choice and work with it, because this is the lesson? And it's been so empowering, and I feel so much ease in my life actually since I had the session with you, because now, I mean, it makes sense and I understand, and I'm not fighting with it. I'm not, it's just like, why is this here? Why is this here? But actually, this is for me. This is for me, and I get to learn, and what is in it for me, and how do I respond? So, as is a little, I wanted to say that at the end, but I just feel right to do it now. So thank you. Thank you for doing what you're doing for me and for the world.
Yes, I mean, we get to serve and we get to give back, and we get to give this information, right? Because this had a huge impact on my life, and I know it has impact on other people's life. The people who are already looking for, who are already tired of their own bullshit in a way, like it's the same situation again. It's another bad relationship. Why is this happening to me? The same thing happened with the job. They're not satisfied with me again. What's happening here? And the soul codes really give you a clarity when you are allowing yourself, and when you let that in, how to work with them. And then when the lesson comes up, then okay, this is the lesson, here you go. And we also create tools. We create your personal tools, which many times I get through a download while we are spending our time together on the reading, like this tool works for you. So for example, I just had a beautiful tool for somebody who didn't feel strong enough. He was not empowered enough. So I told him, while you are making coffee in the morning and you're walking in your kitchen, imagine that you're walking through fire. Like, how does that make you feel? How strong and fierce, and I can do anything. And he loved the tool. He's still using it, and it's different for everybody. Sometimes I get surprised, like, where is this coming from?
Totally. I love that. And so tell us more about it. How does it work? How do you know soul codes? How do you read for someone? Yeah, what was the how? What is the how? Tell us the how.
I work with your date of birth, and I work with your given name. The name you got in the first 24 hours. So if you have 4 names, I want them all. Mm-hmm. And I convert everything into numbers. And this is how I get your blueprint, your map. And I've worked over 100 different numbers, and they all have different meanings. The combinations are different. But the main thing is we all come here with a genius, something we already have in the pocket. And It can be that you are, so I'm going to go into Martina and me because we do have the same genius. It's like we can drop into our heart. It's we understand what's behind the curtain, a lot of empathy, and we can connect with people on a soul level. So we are coming from a loving place. This is our genius. And when I get triggered, I go back to that. I breathe through my heart to know who I am. Of course, I get triggered as well, just like you. It's happening to everybody. And when you start understanding the lessons, so one of my lessons was to get all my limiting beliefs pop out and understand. And this was a really big lesson, to see beyond I didn't see. And this is why I got to work with people. I had to invest in myself. I had to hire coaches because we only see what we see, right?
Yeah.
And I had to have an outside eye looking at me like, and working through my stuff to questions that I get to unlock all of this.
Yeah.
And this is the beauty of it. So the answers are not coming from the outside because I don't see in which area, for example, you're working with control. So you want to control everything. I know a lady, she has a restaurant and she was working with this controlling. So the restaurant was running extremely good. And every night between 6 and 9, she would sit at the bar next to the kitchen. She had to see that all the plates are coming back empty. Although they had the income and positive feedback, she had to see it for herself that it's really happening. And just like in a relationship, like for example, your partner is late and he calls you like, honey, I'm going to be 30 minutes late. And the lesson kicks in already like, is he telling me the truth? What is he going to come up today? Or like, I don't believe this. And you get to learn to trust. That's the other side of the control.
Yeah.
And well, these are the lessons. It's a lifelong lesson. But when you know how it kicks in, it really elevates your life. So it's like you feel easier, lighter, knowing this what you are learning. And it's different for everybody, and the combinations are different. And when we are changing the life lessons, there is a big life event, and I'm able to tell you what that life event is. Like now we can go back to Martina. It's really interesting
I'm open
because
to it. Yeah.
I asked her like what happened at the age of 33. You want to share?
Absolutely. Yeah, it was so interesting because I moved country. So after 10 years, I came back to my home country. And that was a decision being made for a few years. And it did happen like a month before I turned 34. So it was so incredible you're actually asking me this because there were lots of different events, but this one was quite a major one, quite a big one. So that was, powerful for you to
And
see.
yes, it is. And so we get to tap into this. And also like you're working with your learning lesson. Maybe you are working in your relationship or it's work related. I don't see that. This is what we get to uncover. And also let me give you a couple of tips. So it's when you have a number 7 in your date of birth, you were either unwanted, or your parents wanted to have a different sex, like male, female, or the grandmother didn't want you, just like me. And we come from a place of, I'm not saying my parents didn't love me, they really love me, but I experienced all this. This is a pattern in my mother's womb. And I'm coming from a place that I felt unwanted, rejected. And this is throughout my life, I became a people pleaser. and I got to work with this and I got to work through it. So up until now, if like somebody is inviting me somewhere or asking me something, what to do if I want to help them with this, or I check in with myself. I check in with my sacral, like, is it coming from people pleasing, or do I really want this? And this is one of my patterns I get to work with, and it's beautiful to see how how a people pleaser learn to say no, and like after that the guilt is coming, like I could be helping this person, and but then you stay with your no, and setting up healthy boundaries. But this is all a pattern I pick for this life, because I can do this. We don't ask for more, we don't sign a contract for more what we cannot. However, there are a couple of lessons we are not able to learn in one life. So we are already bringing it from the past life, then the lesson gets harder and harder. And this is what we actually get to see through the reading as well. That this is like, I know somebody who could not forgive for 4 lives, and it was eating him up from the inside.
Yeah,
And these are, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no. This is amazing what you're sharing, because even when you were sharing the lessons that you don't see what the particular, let's say, scenario is, at the end of the day, it does not matter, because how we do one thing, that's how we do everything. So if let's say right now, if I would have a trouble, I'm learning the lesson in a relationship or in an intimate relationship or in a work relationship, it will show up. It will show up because it's the lesson, and how we do one thing, we do everything. And that's the other thing that came through as you were talking, is like the life and people in our lives that we interact, and situation is just a mirror, right? It's just a mirror to ourselves and the relationship we have with ourselves. So being able to see it this way, as you said, instead of beating ourselves up and going into why is this happening, it's like, okay, what am I learning from here? Here is my lesson. Okay. And this what so much supported me to shift and to choose, okay, here it is again, my lesson, and I get to work with it. So that's been extremely supportive.
And go ahead.
I'm just seeing that we've got 2 people watching, and I got an idea if you maybe, I don't know if they can type into the chat, maybe if you wanted to do the genius for them.
Yes, but if you give me your date of birth, we can have a look.
If you're open to it and you would like to just see what is your genius, type it in the chat. And if not, you can connect.
Let's see. Okay, let's wait for them. Okay.
Let's wait and let's talk, and you pop it in there if you wanted to do it.
So the next thing which came up for me is I'm not gonna tell you anything you don't know, right? You know all this, is you just gotta get to see it from a different perspective, and it's all gonna make sense. The next thing, you're always
we've got a date of birth.
All right, so,
I say 2. We've got
2.
We've got 4th of August, 1968.
Let me have a look.
69, my number, 69. 4th of August, 1969. I'm excited. And tell us in the comments if it resonates with you.
Give me a minute. All right. So this is the lady we don't know with the 4th of August.
We don't know. It's Drew. That's the name.
Okay. Oh, Drew. Okay. So there is something happening at the around the age of 37. That's when you are changing life lessons, plus minus 1 year. You probably, I don't know if you get to check in with this. However, your talent and genius for this life is you're extremely spontaneous. This you have in the pocket. So you get to work with your intuition. And when you get a crazy idea, you just go with it. You're going to drive your family and friends crazy because they don't understand why you are doing this. And when you actually jump on these opportunities, the opportunities show up at your door. You don't have to go anywhere. It's like you would be locked up in a house, the doorbell would be ringing nonstop with all the new opportunities, and you get to jump on them, experience them without paying any price. Does this make any sense? I don't know what you're doing. You do have a lot of ideas coming to you, and you get to manifest them one by one. Don't be afraid. It's like unleash your fear, if there is any. Of course, we all have a little fear, but so it's like a business idea is coming to you, and then you say, oh, that's bullshit. No, that's the idea which is ringing your doorbell right now to manifest it, to create it, and you're going to have so much success with it. Well, I don't know if, do we get the feedback? I don't.
Yes. Drew says, interesting. I love opportunities when they show.
Yes. So I'm inviting you to jump on those opportunities because you don't get to pay a price. So it's not like you are investing $5 million and you lose the $5 million. You're gonna gain another 5 million. So this is the thing you already have in the pocket. So I'm inviting you to use it. So when the opportunity knocks, don't overthink it. Think about how you can manifest it. And then you're going to get a lot more ideas and opportunities and support. Okay.
Excellent news. Yes. And then we've got one more date of birth here, which is 24th of November. Have you got your pen?
I dropped my pen. Give me a minute.
Let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real. I couldn't reach it with my feet, so I had to go around the table.
Okay, so
where is the other one? Let me have
it's 24th November 1992.
November 24th, 1992.
92.
All right. Okay, hold on a minute.
I'm excited. What's coming up?
All right, so you're changing learning lessons around the age of 29, so plus minus 1 year. I don't know what happened. So your talent for this life is the Jolly Joker card. So you're working with faith. This is when you ask for wealth, you receive wealth. You do not have an easy life. It's full of ups and downs, curves all over it. However, in the last minute, there is always a solution. They just pull you out like this. Did you experience any of this already? So it's like you're in a toxic relationship, you don't know how to leave, or you don't know what's going to happen. And in the last minute, he says, okay, goodbye, I'm moving on. Or you go to a trial and you feel like you are losing it. In the last minute, something comes up. And these are the examples which are coming to me. I don't know what the examples in your life. You get to have small miracles. So it's like You could be walking on the street, you find money. Or are we frozen now?
No, I'm just sitting very attentively. It's all good. I can hear you. I can see you well.
Oh, okay. So these are the small miracles, Jolly Joker card,
What do you
and
mean by Jolly Joker card? What do you mean by
I
Jolly
call this
Joker
a Jolly
card?
Joker. It's it's like you get a lucky escape in the last minute. Like whatever is happening, you think like you lost the game. You don't. There is always a last opportunity, and in the end, you're gonna win. This is what this talent is all about. So you can also take risks. Your biggest essence is faith. You believe that you can do this. You believe the tool would be for you. I mean, we are not communicating, and she's not.
Yes, if that resonates with you, and if you can pop it in the
Yeah,
comments, that would support. But it can be purely intuitive.
but it's really about believing, building up your faith, your own faith, creating little miracles, and stepping into wealth. I don't know what you're doing, but you do have.
Sounds
Okay.
like me.
Or did she say that? Okay. Yes.
She said sounds like me.
Yes. So you get to experience this. So I advise you to throw out fear on the window today, because you get a lucky escape. When you have faith, you believe, you can build this up from the inside beautifully.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Ildiko. I'm excited for these two souls to have it done with you. A little bit of a spontaneous, putting you on spot, a spontaneous idea.
It's so good.
Oh, right. So, Ildiko, we're going to be reaching our end. So, is there anything that we have not shared, any message for our audience, for our listeners? If there is one thing they should leave this interview with, what do you wish to be it?
That you're always on your path. This is such an important message, I think, because we're just looking for this. When am I gonna be on my path? You're always on my path. So life is happening for you. It's these little obstacles thrown there. They're gonna bring you closer to your soul. And don't sit a long time on decisions, because no matter what you choose, it's happening for you. And I'm learning decision making in this life, and this was a game changer for me. Not sitting on decisions for days, just go into it. If it doesn't work, you can always change it, and you're always on your path. When your soul feels tired, take a break, enjoy, do the things, because after that you're going to be called to go back on your soul journey anyway. And enjoy it. Put in your calendar every day, half an hour fun, whatever that looks like for you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ildiko. And very lastly, where listeners can continue to build the relationship with you, where they can learn from you, if they want to stay connected with you, what is the best place and what's the best way to go about it?
Well, I'm on Facebook. We're going to put the link here. I do have a website. We can put that link here as well. I am starting a coaching program 1st of August for 1 month. It's Embody Your Soul, Heal Your Relationships. And the first relationship you heal is with yourself. If you want to get more info on that, feel free to send me a DM. Also, if anybody is interested on a 20-minute soul code session, what your talents are, we're going to put the calendar link here as well, and feel free to connect.
Sounds great. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. I love talking to you as always. And I wish you have a beautiful, beautiful day and see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. See you soon, Martina. Bye.